Welcome back to the channel, and you join me today at the small computer desk with a mission, and that is the very simple idea of transmitting from this tower to this one further than the length of the A4 sheet of paper. I just thought to myself, that seems like something that should be easy to do, and so far hasn't been. The tower on the left here is the simple ferrite one that I showed in a recent video, and it has 250 turns on what is just an old solder tube. So very easy to make. 30 AWG is what you use, and 250 turns to the Slayer exciter diagram. I'll show that now. Once it's built, you can power it from something like a AAA 1.5 volt battery. They use about 30 milliamps, something like that, and then do the usual tricks. I've got a AV plug here, two diodes facing opposite directions with an LED on the top, and you can see a bit of wireless range going on there just by holding in the hand. Or in fact something like salvaged coils with ferrite on them from old motherboards, things like that, of computers, whatever, some kind of junk, and you can say pop that on the top or around the sides. You got a bit of wireless range on that kind of thing too. But as you can see at the side here, this tower's light is not on at all, and what this one is an exact copy of that one. So the turns are in the same direction, 250 turns on a solder tube. They're very slightly differently designed at the tops, but the diameters are exactly the same. I measured them. So really it should be able to transfer best to something like this. And in fact, as a little note, I did try using things like a variable capacitor, little trimmer capacitors, what have you, which didn't seem to improve it much. So it does seem to be a very good copy, even as it stands, but obviously that light's not on. I'll bring it nearer, the light does come on. So the mission, like I say, is to try and get it to go all the way out here, over to there, and be lit up. So how on earth can we achieve this? Well, being as the coil on the left has got ferrite through it, this one hasn't. It's got nothing on the inside of it. So perhaps using ferrite will improve things. Well, let's have, oh, there we go. Come on, right there. And again, further down. If I just remove it again. So we've got partially down, it'll light up there, and also it seemed slightly brighter further up when it's nearly actually out of the top. Well, how far can that go? Let's have a look again at this. Drop it down. We get light right over there. Do we further down? No, now, so it seems it's got to be further towards the top. Well, this could be easier than I thought. If I now put it outside the range of the A4 piece of paper, let's see what does happen. Oh, at the moment we don't get anything. But it will go further in. Let's see at what point. There. So we're nearly there. Right, time for a bit of thinking. So what I've thought to myself is, if this big piece of ferrite here works at about that distance to bring the light on, surely then a smaller piece of ferrite just at the top there might be able to do the same. You can hear the gears working in my mind while I'm stuttering away. Right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just use a small piece at the top such that I won't have to hold the thing in the hand at exactly the right height. Right, I've put the helper light back on so you can see what I'm doing. And what I've got is a piece of foam, something non-conductive, to the length of what I found out was the distance needed down into the tower to get the light to start to come on. And what I'm going to use, I'm going to see which of these pieces might work as that amount of distance to make up the difference. And these have come from the smashed up transformer I showed in the other video. So hopefully, if I put this piece in the top and then add, well, pick that one that I chose before, put that in the top. Is that the same as me putting that ferrite rod in there? Don't know. We'll find out. There's the tower on, and no, it's not. But where does it? Oh, oh, I'll turn the light back off. All I had to do was actually to touch the top. I was going to move it inwards and see how far out we were, but as you can see there, the light is on. Right, okay, so well, how far can we go? That was a bit strange. As I say, I just touched the top and the light came on. Oh, look at this, we're nearly there. Is it going to stay on? It doesn't look like it, does it? That was very, very interesting. Right, time for a bit more mucking around, because that is really, really close to being outside the edge of the paper. There we are, it's come in. Take it across and it goes to... You can see the light on the other side of it. Oh, it's just so near. I've swapped over now to another piece of ferrite. And let's have a look. Oh, this one. Yeah, I'll turn that light off. This one doesn't seem to be quite as good. Yep, it goes out there. So, back to the other one, I think. And you know, looking at them, they're practically the same. That's very interesting. Evidently one's working slightly better than the other. So the other one's back in place, and just to check it, yes, there we go. And move it over. Yep, there we go. It's just unbelievably close, isn't it? Well, one thought was to use a piece of cooking foil attached to one of the legs of the LED. Nope, attached to either of the legs. It doesn't do anything, in fact made it a bit worse. But finally, a success. I put a clip lead onto one of the terminals of the LED, and there we are. You can possibly see the light is on. So, mission success. Transmitting from over there, across the A4 sheet and off the other side. Such a silly idea in a way, but ultimately successful. Not very bright, but it did it. So I'm very pleased with that. And just another little thought here. If I move the ferrite in the tower, does it change? Oh yes, it does. Look at that. Hey, it's a lot brighter. All I'm doing is I'm lifting the ferrite very, very slightly. And you can see the changes going on there. So there is still some tuning to do. Alright, well, thanks for watching and see you next time.